Hola, clase. ¿Cómo están? Excelente. And welcome back. All right, Spanish 3. Now, if you were watching this video today, I'm probably talking to my B class, the one with just 8 people in it for Spanish 3. So, you guys, all of my Spanish 3s are incredible, and you guys are giving me a huge challenge. We're going to see what we get to in this video, and just know that I'll be planning on how to better accommodate how good you guys are at Spanish. I'm excited about it. It's just going to be a challenge for me to keep hitting the gas and up in the difficulty, which I like, or the rigor, not difficulty, the rigor. Okay, so first of all, let's get started with a warm up. All right, pretty straightforward warm up about stem changing verbs. Okay, so here it is. So in the first part, we just translate. And on the second part, I want you to answer with a verb. Okay, so go ahead, saquen papel y practiquen. Pause the video now. All right, first one. I sleep in my house is yo. If you want to say yo, you can. Duermo en mi casa. They begin the work. Ellos empiezan el trabajo. Empiezan el trabajo. He can read. Literally, he is able to read. Would be, whoops, wrong button. Él puede leer. He is able to read. Puede leer. We serve bread and cheese. Nosotros servimos el pan y el queso. You don't need the L if you don't. You can just say servimos pan y queso. It's just fine. Okay, answer with a verb. ¿Qué pides en Zaxby's? You could say yo pido pollo, papas fritas, pan y Coca-Cola. And ¿dónde prefieres estudiar? Prefiero estudiar en mi cuarto, in my room, or maybe in Starbucks. Wherever you prefer to study. All right, so let's do a brief review of the lesson here. Okay, so stem changing verbs. All right, let me fix one thing. All right, nobody look. Don't look, because I want to erase the answers. All right, don't look, you cheaters. I know you're looking. Oh, you're so bad. Okay. All right. So again, we started by reviewing o, as, a, amos, ais on how to conjugate verbs. You guys are way past this. We run, corremos, they live, viven, I talk, hablo. Okay? Now, stem changing verbs, just to remind you, some special verbs require one additional step when conjugating them. They have one letter that will change from most conjugations. So, for example, the word dormir is what we call an O to UE stem changer. So here's dormir, and when you conjugate, it sounds like duermo, duermes, duerme, dormimos, dormis, duermen. So you say, what's this? Is this a boot, Senor Coward? And I say, yes, it is. It's a magic boot. You say, hold on, Senor Coward. How can you tell that's a magic boot? Well, because it sparkles, and everyone knows that magical objects sparkle. You say, all right, well, what's so magical about it if you're so smart? Well, calm down. That's a write-up. Okay, so what happens is anything that you put into this magic boot changes into something else. So, for example, dormir changes into duermo. Dormir, duermes, dormir, duerme. Back outside, it's just boring old reality. No magic. Dormir, dormimos. Dormir, dormis. Meanwhile, back inside, dormir, duermen. All right. Now, repetition is the key. If you say duermo en mi casa, duermo en clase, duermo en el carro, duermo, 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 duermo. The first time you say dormo, it's like, oh, no, it's duermo. You get an ear for it. You can hear when it sounds right. All right. Now, as you can imagine, many verbs do this. They behave this way. They're stem changers. We're going to look at 10 for now. All right. So first we have our E to IE stem changers. Querer, to want. Preferir, to prefer. Pensar, to think or plan. Empezar is to begin. And as you can see, each of those E's that is underlined is the one that changes. So I'll say the yo conjugation for each one. Querer, quiero. Preferir, prefiero. Pensar, pienso. Empezar, empiezo. So again, if you say what you prefer, just walk around your house saying, yo prefiero SpongeBob, yo prefiero Cocoa Puffs, yo prefiero PlayStation, prefiero. It's going to sound very wrong if you say prefero. Prefero? No, prefiero. These next three are O to UE. So dormir, to sleep. Poder, to be able. Almorzar, to eat lunch. So it's dormir, yo duermo. Poder, yo puedo. Almorzar, yo almuerzo. So poder is in Spanish how you say that you can do something. So for example, if you want to say, I can speak Spanish, you say, puedo hablar español. I am able to speak, is what you literally say. Next, we have E to I, servir and pedir. So servir is to serve. Pedir is to order or ask for. Especially these would be useful in a restaurant. So it goes servir, yo sirvo. Pedir, yo pido. And finally, we have an U to UE, which is jugar, which is to play a game or a sport. So it would go jugar, yo juego. Don't say jugo. Jugo just means juice. Okay? All right, now here are three to try. Very simple. All right, so go ahead, pause here to try these. All right, so the first one, I sleep a lot. Oh, no. Hold on. This is something I copied from something else. Okay, I'll just type it here. Why not? I sleep a lot would be yo duermo mucho. Okay. Duermo mucho. They serve chicken would be ellos, if you want to write it. Sirven. And finally, we play soccer would be jugamos al fútbol. All right, there you go. So jugamos is the correct one for that. You don't change it. It says a lot better than juegamos. Ugh, no, jugamos. Okay. So if any of these are hard for you, as always, mnemonics are the way to go. Like poder is to be able. So I say in the Olympics, if you are able to win, you stand on the Olympic podium. You know, the thing that says 1, 2, 3, where you get your medal. That is the podium. If you're able, then you stand on the podium. Another one, let's see. Querer. If you want something, you obviously care about it. Querer. Okay. Pensar, plan. Both start with a P, etc. All right, so those again are just 10, and we'll learn more as the year goes on, of course. Okay, now, so on your Google Classroom page is a practice sheet. All right, this is one I would definitely recommend printing out. Okay, so here's the practice sheet. There we go. So you conjugate these out completely, like querer, quiero, quieres, quiere, and so on. There's 4 of those. This middle section is you have to conjugate the verb. This would be tú quieres la fruta. And as you do, especially in Spanish 3, be mindful of what each sentence actually says to practice your reading. You want fruit or the fruit, depending. And then at the bottom, you have some translation. On the back, this is really good. It's a crossword where you're conjugating. And the best part is if you do it wrong, it will not fit. If you think you have it right and it's not fitting, then fix it. I can verify that there are no errors in this crossword puzzle, okay? All right, now I'm just going to do a couple of more things because it's going to be kind of a light day for us, I think. But I do want to just look at these things. Okay, so imagine that we're in class, which I sincerely wish that we were, and I'm sorry that we're not. Okay, so this one, and don't look at the next slide. There'll be no point to it. Okay, so it says, tell what the following people are able to do. Okay, so in this case, we are going to say they are able to play basketball. Okay, so your verb is poder. I'll give you a minute. They are able to play basketball. Ellas pueden jugar al basketball. Okay, same verb. I am able to play the guitar. Yo puedo tocar la guitarra. Okay, now using the verb pensar, which is E to IE, pensar, tell what the following people plan to do. Yo pienso comer. Okay, I plan to eat. Same verb. He plans to study. Él piensa estudiar or hacer la tarea. Tell what the following people prefer to do. You prefer to listen to music using the verb preferir. Tú prefieres escuchar música. Ellos prefieren correr. Okay, they prefer to run. Now, this one's going to be kind of a fun little thing. I want to see if you can figure out who this is. Okay, so I'm describing somebody here, and you have to figure out who I'm describing. So you have to think about what it means. First one, the person I'm thinking about, quiere los Krabby Patties, prefiere ser una mala persona, empieza su plan, duerme en su restaurante, puede hablar, sirve comida. ¿Quién es? All right, so pause if you need to think about who this is. The answer is Plankton. He wants the Krabby Patties. He prefers to be a bad person. He's beginning his plan. He sleeps in his restaurant. He's able to talk. He serves food. Who is it? Okay? And in class, this is where I would have you make your own. And so we don't need to do this one from home. I mean, it's nothing to turn in anyway. So let me show you a couple other things before I turn you loose. This is an example of a little profile I made for myself. This is a little Twitter profile we're pretending. Me llamo Señor Cowart. Puedo hablar español. Prefiero comer y dormir. Pienso ir a China en el futuro. Quiero beber Coca-Cola. Pido hamburguesas en Sonic. Okay? So, here's a bunch of things we learned about me. And I'm not going to translate it. Y'all know what that says. Or if you don't, use your notes and you will. All right, and the last thing, besides the worksheet, is this little thing that I made. Okay, pretend that you are a health inspector in a very questionable restaurant. Using the stem changing verbs, write a list of things that you're observing that are not right, sanitary, normal, this will all be written in the present tense. For example, these are observations like you're the health inspector and you're making notes. So you come in this really rundown restaurant and you say, un hombre duerme debajo de una mesa. A man is sleeping under a table. That cannot be good. So useful words here. La mesa is table. Mesero, mesera, waiter, waitress. And los clientes means the customers. So let me see if I want y'all to do this. I will say that you don't have to. I think between this video and your worksheet, I think you've used enough time at home. So there you go. And if you want the practice, you're welcome to write, say, 4 or 5 sentences about the health inspector thing. But I'm not sure we're even going to get to that in class. So we'll see. Okay? All right. So let's go ahead and end it here. And I will see y'all on the next one. Adios.